Aliens back! Let's talk about it! Alien Covenant is the newest film within Ridley Scott's Alien universe, and it takes place shortly after the events of Prometheus. We join a new crew on the colonization ship, the Covenant, on their way to populate a new planet. But unfortunately, they hit a bit of a rough patch and have to go explore a new planet that they discovered on their sensors. But once there, they discover all is not what it seems, and they may have just made the worst mistake of their lives. But of course, this is a Ridley Scott sci-fi horror movie, so of course they did. Now let's go over the facts. We know this is a sequel to Prometheus, and we know it's a prequel to Alien, but where does it fall in there? Honestly, it's about 75% Prometheus sequel and 25% Alien prequel. The Alien-esque stuff doesn't really happen until the latter half of the movie. And I have got to say, there is so much to love about Alien Covenant. First of all, everybody in the film gave a great performance. I could easily make a list of why each one of these performances is so solid, but Michael Fassbender as the two androids, Walter and David, gave the most depth, gave the best character study, and created the best answers for people who probably left Prometheus with questions. And before we continue, we really should address the elephant in the room. Is it any surprise that the movie looks great? Just take a look at Ridley Scott's filmography. Alien, Gladiator, The Martian, now Alien Covenant. All of his films look so beautiful and gorgeous with their own color schemes, their own patterns, and their own air around them. So, yes, saying that this film is beautiful is something you're going to hear on literally every single review for this movie. What might vary from reviewer to reviewer is how they felt about the tension and the gore, because it is plentiful throughout here. And in this reviewer's opinion, it was masterfully handled. To say this movie was scary would be a bit of an understatement. There are certain parts in here where it was absolutely terrifying. And as far as the gore goes, there was nothing as intense or as gross as the chestburster scene from the first original Alien film, but let me tell you, there were some that came pretty darn close. But as this death and tension is going along, it starts to become more apparent that Alien Covenant suffers from the same thing that Prometheus did. Getting set up with way too many characters way too quickly, and so when they die, you really just don't care. Not to mention that some of these people have got to be the stupidest human beings I have ever seen on screen. Either way, be it Prometheus or Alien Covenant, you have really intelligent people who make decisions that are so stupid, it gets them killed. And I will admit that at points, this story seemed very similar to Alien, which is why it felt so predictable. But I completely understand why Ridley Scott did it. When Ridley Scott created Prometheus, it was such an unfamiliar and such a different story from what he set up in Alien, and people were either lukewarm about it or just flat out hated it. So repeating a story structure you have used before, some might consider lazy, but I consider it to be a very smart decision to gain people's trust back. And yeah, the last half of this movie, that was fantastic. Guys, Alien Covenant was a blast. It was exciting, it was terrifying, and it was a great next chapter in the Alien universe by Ridley Scott. In fact, Alien Covenant is a good casual watch. I can't wait to see what's next. But as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So have you already seen Alien Covenant? And what did you think of it? More importantly, what is your favorite film within the Alien franchise? Leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you like what you've heard here, and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.